Hello, you all. Welcome to this new edition of Lectio Musica, the place for great music, great lyrics, and great meaning. My name is Guilain Prince. I'm a Franciscan friar from Canada, and I love rock music, especially hard rock, metal, and prog. We continue our journey through Nightwish repertoire. This is the ninth chronicle, the ninth video of this series, and it's a classic. I didn't realize how big of a song it was, so now let's give you the screen. Because at first I thought that this beautiful song was Dead Boy's poem was another one, so I kind of misread the title and thinking it was another song, but finally at the end of it is one of the three greats, and it was incredible. Last week we did the Kingslayer, that I absolutely love as a metal music, maybe not masterpiece, but a great song, a great song. Earlier this week we did a reaction video. If you haven't seen it, I invite you to go and to listen to the song, especially because I do reaction to three versions. The first one was the studio one with the lyrics, and From Wishes to Eternity, a beautiful concert with Tarja, young Tarja, 23 years old, and another one from a concert in 2018, so very recent, with Flo interpreting beautifully this song. Now, here is the analysis of the song. It's in English. The reactions are in French. Don't be surprised. I want to react as naturally as possible. Don't forget, you can subscribe and push the little red button, the bell, if you want to be notified as soon as there's a new video. Let's begin right away. In the version of the album The Wish Master, the third album of the group Nightwish from Finland, it is the 10th song. There's another one after called Phantasmic, and after I've did my reaction video to the song of this week, Dead Boy's poem, I listened many times to the album Wishmaster. I have the highest opinion I can give to an album. I absolutely love the album. Almost every song, I think it is a great album of Nightwish. Now, this song is the one before the end. In the edition I have, there are many other songs, mainly taken from concerts, and I really appreciated that as well. And I think there's one new song not on the original album. The lyricist and composer is Thomas, as usual. It is considered as the big three of Nightwish, certainly among the very best songs of the group has to offer, but I have to say, from my opinion, it's among the very best songs of any group in rock. Not only metal, not only symphonic metal, but there is a quality to it, I think, that has been with time has been recognized. It's over 20 years it has been recorded for the first time. We are in 2020, of course. Now, it begins with a very simple intro on synth, a short one as well. In the live version, I really do love the intro done by Acoustic Sound. You noted that it was a double neck, we call this, with openings. So it is a guitar that we probably, when we play it without amplification, we probably will be able to hear the bass and the acoustic guitar sound. This is why, even if it's an electric guitar, we have this acoustic feel. The quality of what we call the pickup is very good because the sound is very, very natural. A few words, spoken words, are said by a little boy's voice. These are the words: I live no more to shame, nor me, nor you. I'm sorry. This looks like a a testament, not a suicidal note. It's just that somebody has to die. No more to shame. So there was shame involved in a me and you. So there's death to this relation, that this me and you. And it's not clear at this point, but I think along in the next few verses we will understand quite well what he's talking about. But there is shame in this. I wonder, shame from his part, shame from the other part, but dying to this. First verse song with, I think, both singers, Tarja and Floor, are exquisite in singing that. There's a special quality to the studio version because there's a suspension. She begins almost in silence, probably to express what is written there in the two first lines. Born from silence, silence full of it, a perfect concert, my best friend. Here there are many ways we could understand this. Something is born from silence. Is that the child? Is that the story? Or is that a poem, poetry? It could be all of the above. Full of silence. There's a lot of silence. So the silence gave birth to something. And silence here is called a perfect concert. So the silence, no music, no sound, or very little music, is a perfect concert that will make what? Something born. My best friend. What is that? Is it the best friend who comes into life? Or is it I'm talking to my best friend? Or is it that my best friend is part of that? That's interesting. So much to live for, so much to die for. If only my heart had a home. So, what I suggest to you here is that there is something related with a best friend, a very close friend. And in silence, something began. And in this relation, there was so much to live for or to die for. Like I die for my family. I die for my loved one. I die for real important parts of my life. If only my heart has a home. So there is a quest for a home a home for his heart, his loving heart. And the home of his loving heart, I suggest it's a lover. So my best friend, who is the friend here, is the person, a friend who, and there's a wish that this friendship develops into love. I would tend to think it is. There's a hope, because the best friend, why the best friend is mentioned here, unless I'm telling that story to my best friend. But for me, it doesn't connect in any ways. It comes out of the blue. But if the best friend could be the loved one, I wish this best friend could become the home of my heart. This is how I would understand the full paragraph. I don't know if you agree with that. Whether or not you agree or not, write it down. I want to read you. And you know by now that I read you. I take the time, maybe after the publication of every video, I take 45 minutes to read everything that you wrote. Please, write it down. I want to understand better. And when you do that, we all profit of your understanding. Let's go. Second paragraph. Sing what you can't say. Forget what you can't play. Hasten to drown into beautiful eyes. Walk within my poetry, this dying music. My love letter to nobody. That's beautiful, isn't it? Sing what you can't say. Yeah, I will write songs when I cannot talk. When it's difficult for me to talk, I will write a song. And if I cannot play it on the piano, it doesn't worth keeping it. It's interesting, eh? Hasten to drawn into beautiful eyes. I think the composer, or the character in front that the composer puts in front of us, is talking to himself here. The composer say sing, or the musician says sing what you can say and forget what you can play. And hasten to drawn into beautiful eyes, I think it concurs with the first verse. The beautiful eyes are the origin of his singing and playing and writing and composing. Walk within my poetry, this dying music. Now there is the dying element of the song. This song is about something dying within the character and or within the composer. Something is about to die. So now, what is it? And I suggest that you go back in the verse. If only my heart had a home. It's about to die because the heart didn't find a home. And so the love letter is addressed to nobody. You would have wished the love letter to be addressed to somebody, but it is not. Never sighed for better world. It's already composed, played, and told. Every thought, the music I write, everything a wish for the night. Never sighed for better world. It's already composed, played, and told. This world, I see this chorus as being what we call in English a reality check. The world do not comply to your every wish. And probably we will see that the loved one does not answer. And this is why I'm in a way dying. I have a grieving process to do. This love is dead. So a little part of me, the little boy in me, or a part of me has to die. Die to that expectation, die to that part of the world that doesn't want to change. So never sighed for a better world. Now it's expressed as a general principle, but this is a very painful statement. In fact, it's do not expect the world to be different from what it is. It's already composed, played, and told. This world has a life by itself. And now he turns toward himself. Every thought, the music I write, every thought I have will be turned into music. And everything at the same time will be a wish for the night. Now, this theme it's not the first time we saw it. In the first song, the wish for the night, the importance of the night in so many songs as being extremely positive. And we will see that in human nature it's even more important. It becomes endlessness, it becomes timeless, larger than life. I think it's an answer to the ocean. There's the ocean, the solar sea of Sleeping Sun. It's a very important theme here. There's a wish for the night. There's an expectation for the night. Why night is so important? Because I think it is a vastness. It is also intimacy. There's still a wish for the night. You understand what I mean here? And so there's a grieving process en route here, but at the same time there is still a slight hope that this love letter to nobody will be understood by somebody. And now, what are these stories that have been that the character wrote about already? He wrote about the eclipse. So this is why I think that this song, when he says that it's my life that I put into writing, in fact, it's the composer himself. I think it's Thomas saying that. So, and objectively, Thomas wrote about an eclipse, Sleeping Sun. He wrote about a virgin. We all know that. It's in the beautiful story of the in the sea. It just escaped me. Deep dark ocean. There is the beauty and the beast, and he died for the beauty. The one in the garden, I don't know this reference, but I'm certain there is another song for this one. I created a kingdom. We know this one as well. Reach for the wisdom. This one I don't know, but you probably know it. Fail in becoming a god. We already talk about this notion of God as being the everything of for a loved one, or the everything, the one who decides everything. And I think here, fail in becoming a god, there is part of the reality check. You believe that you can control everything until one day the world resists to your will. It's a beautiful song. You already know the chorus, so we won't go through it again. And now this is the topic of the song. because the song is called The Dead Boy's Poem. So there is a poem in there, and I have finally the answer I was looking for since the beginning. This probably Thomas write in a small booklet up poems for himself, and some of these lines, they become songs. And since the song, I don't know if it's Nightwish or Gethsemane or I don't remember. I said, what is that? A habit of quoting someone always. I think he quotes himself. He quotes maybe the spark of the song. Maybe this is where he got the inspiration for the song. That would be my best guess, my best attempt to understand that. At first, it seems to be bizarre. Why you quote someone and you don't say who? But it's because it's Thomas's poem, I think. So this poem is the topic of the song. That's the main part of the song, in fact. And there it is. If you read this line, to whom he's talking to, I wonder. Remember not the hand that wrote it. Remember only the verses. Songmakers cry, the one without tears, for I've given this its strength, and it has become my only strength. Comforting home, mother's lap, chance for immortality, where being wanted became a thrill I never knew. The sweet piano writing down my life. This is the poem of a writer of songs, composer, poet, and he's telling you what is music for him. Now, if you read this line, well, it's addressed to no one. It's a personal, it's a journal. Of course, maybe it will be useful in a song. Maybe it will be understood by someone. Remember not the hand that wrote it. Don't pay too much attention to the writer. Pay attention to the verse. And remember those verses. They are the songwriter's cry. So those songs that you love so much, and this one in particular, never forget. They are the expression of the cries of the songwriter. But the cry without tears. Is it the songwriter without tears, or is it the cry? It could be the cry without tears. The person is not able to cry, but is able to write songs. Or it could be the song. The songwriter is the one without tear. Can be both. For I've given this its strength. This music, I've given its strength by what I've taken from me. And it became my only strength. Because where I should get comfort from, I don't. Comforting home. You understand that? Mother's lap, chance of immortality. The music becomes his home. Where being wanted became a thrill I never knew. There is the key. There it is, the key in the song. There is the key to if only my heart has a home. I am not wanted by the other person. Now, through my music, I am wanted. Sweet piano writing down my life. This is an equivalent of the the songs, the music is the songwriter's cry. Now there's a small instrumental section here. It is the chorus melody played with a lot of sensitivity by Empu. Very slight variation, nothing much. It's just very emotional, as beautiful as the song, as the chorus song by the singer. Now the little boy's poem continues. Teach me passion, for I fear it's gone. To whom is talking now? I suggest that he does not talk any more of the beloved one, but now he's talking to the loved ones that we will see after. I think he's telling us from the previous being wanted, a thrill I never knew. So through music, he has a connection with other ones, other persons. And he asked them, teach me a passion, for I fear it's gone. Show me love, oh the Lord, the one who is lost. Lost from what? But he's dead. There's something dead in him. The little boy is dead now. And hold the Lord, keep him alive. So much I wanted to give to the ones who love me. I'm sorry. To whom he's saying I'm sorry? Is he saying this to us? No, I don't think so. I think he's going back for a last little tiny hope. I'm sorry. Time will tell this bitter farewell. So this is the end of something between two persons, and this farewell is the expression of I'm outgrowing myself. I'm going somewhere else now. I will go somewhere else. I live no more in shame, nor me, nor you. So no more shame for me and for you. So there was shame in the previous situation. Now no more shame. What will come? Pride? The fact that I can be myself, or what? I don't know. The little boy comes back, surprisingly. And you? I wish I didn't feel for you anymore. The grown man is there. But there's a little piece of a little boy. He is still there, somewhere hidden. Say, I wish I would finish. It would be really the end of it. I have to admit that it is not all that clear. Or, no, it's clear, but I wish it will be really finished. But it's not the case. My Lord. But then becomes the rhythmic section that I see. For me, there's the walking away of a full stature of a man. There's the walking down. Yeah, there's a movement of I want to. I wrote here walk away. Maybe not walk away, but simply to be now in my full presence and maybe liberty. And there is one of the most beautiful lines in terms of poetry: lonely soul, an ocean soul. The soul was not lonely before because there was the expectation of someone, but now, after a reality check, this person will not be there. Now I have to fly on my way, or to walk my way out. And this section says exactly this. Musically, this is what it says. I'm going on my way now, but I'm alone. And this person alone is an ocean soul. What is an ocean soul? A deep soul, full of mystery, a deep soul, full of life, full of stories, a deep soul, an endless soul. Is it because of the grief? I don't think so. I think it's, watch me. There will be a lot of stories coming from that lonely soul. That's how I read it. I had a hunch. Many songs seems to me that the sea was synonymous with the soul, the human soul, and I think it is. There's in this song for me I see a confirmation that it was a good hunch. It was a good intuition. The little boy, so much more I wanted to give to the ones who love me. Time will tell. Now the songs, the little boy is turning he's not looking at the one, he's looking at the ones. And now the stories he wants to tell them to these, time will tell if these stories will come out of the man and not the little boy anymore. But there's still the little boy who still wants to have an answer. So music becomes a way to be loved. The bridge, very sensitive replay of the chorus, the melody with a bit of variation again. Now the final, you already know that, and the last chord. That's it. Now let's finish by doing some concluding remarks. In terms of music, it goes from silence to the bursting into full music determination. I say it's a typical Darius classic. It fits perfectly her voice, a lyric voice. I wrote down this song is tailored for her. It's molded around her. The lyrics. There is a poem in the song. I think it's a quote of his own poetry, of Thomas' own poetry. It comes from a little boy. What this little boy want? He wanted a home for his heart. And this means being wanted by the other one. But he did not get it. The music was then and first a refuge. So his love letter, music, poem, has no specific destination at first. But the music becomes, it was only an expression of what's happening inside. But the music becomes a way to be wanted by whoever read or hear the music and the poetry. There's so many other stories to tell. And you will be, in a way, loved by Thomas, and you answer by love to him. And the music becomes the meeting place. Now the meaning. With grief and with a last tiny hope, an ultimate poem as a dying note, a farewell to a loved one. My love or my interest is dying. Will there be an answer? Time will tell. But music first, as a way to express inner thoughts and feelings, provoked an maybe at first an unexpected answer by a public. And this unexpected is that the composer now is being wanted. There's an echo of something happening for him. There's an echo, there's an answer to the love he has for the one answer. So there is reciprocity through music, played and heard and read, and you have this movement in the song. So the lonely soul, being an infinite ocean for storytelling, that's my guess, is a bit worried about inspiration. So he has the close ones, he has the ones to teach him passion, a new kind of passion for his public, but quite different from the one he had before. There are so many stories to tell. Now, there's a grown man's life to live. The little boy is still there, but there seems to be at least a wish for a decision, a final decision. So, the little boy is not a man. From the loved one, he had to switch to the loved ones. And he had to accept reality as is. And this is a sign of maturity. I see a sign of maturity here as being wanting to mold reality according to one's wish, as accepting reality as it is, and not being wanted the way he expects it. Now, the poem is a quotation from the past. Now the grown man and musician is able to tell a story. How he passed from telling one story to hundreds of stories, or telling stories to the one, to telling stories to the ones. The boy is dead. Long live the storyteller and composer. There it is, group. I hope you liked this time of analysis. I loved working on this song. As you already know, you have, let me remove that for a little while. As you already know, next week it will be the 10th. It's 10th Men Down. It's a nice coincidence. A song from 2001. My reaction will be in French on Wednesday. We broke a record last Wednesday with over close to 300 persons being at the premiere and participating in the chat. It was never that lively in the past month. It was wonderful. Feel free to welcome, even if you don't write anything. The premiere then is at 7:30 in Western Europe, 1:30 in North America, Eastern North America. And Friday or Saturday, like this video, you have the analysis of the same song in English. Don't forget to subscribe or to push the little red bell so that you receive notification as soon as there's a new video coming out. So there it is, our story for this week. It will be nice to see you again. I will finish just before Christmas with another great classic. That will be my Christmas gift, and Rush will be for New Year's. So for now, see you guys. Bye bye.